I am here with a special person with a special topic that's really near and dear to our heart. I'm here with my brother Ryan, and of course we're here with Kody. Anna, is that correct?
Hanner. Yeah.
Okay, so we're here with Kody Hanner from Homestead Education.
Yep, thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and we thank you for being here with us. And get that thing off of me. The reason that I say that is because everybody here knows that education in the United States is a major topic, and I was speaking a little bit earlier with Kody about this, and I realized that we really needed to get her on here to talk about this topic and what she does, because this is about homeschooling. It's about our children's education. It's about the future of the United States of America. And bro?
Yeah, I was to say I was perusing through the book while we were standing over there talking, and I laughed. I said, adults need this book. There's a lot in there. Just this one she has here, it's an introduction to homestead science, and I'm gonna tell you, it's like every homesteader needs that. And when they're starting out, they could use that book. I was like, man, if they'd have taught that stuff in school, we wouldn't be where we're at.
Right, that's it. And as opposed to me, telling you what it's all about, I'm going to, talk to Kody here and let her tell us why she got started in this and some of the things that she does, because she pointed out something that I think that caused me to know that we needed to cover this.
Okay.
And I'm just going to turn it over to you, Kody, and let you tell us, why you got into the educational part of this.
Absolutely. So, I grew up farming, grew up on a ranch, majored in agriculture, and worked in commercial ag myself. And when I started homeschooling my kids 8 years ago, which we were not the type to start homeschooling. We were not that family. We were all about, the public school. And about 3-4 years into our kids going to school, my husband and I just looked at each other and we said, this doesn't make sense anymore. And we pulled our kids out, and my first thought was, well, I feel really comfortable teaching them about agriculture, and I started looking for an agricultural curriculum for homeschoolers, and I was really shocked to find that there wasn't something out there. And it blows my mind, because food is our most driving force as a country and in humanity. And so I started piecing things together for our kids, and after 2020 happened, and I saw that there was a need for the next generation to learn self-sufficiency, that there was a whole generation of people who did not know how to take care of themselves.
And Kody, that's exactly what you said to me earlier when we were visiting, and that was the thing that drove it home. I knew that over the years that we had been losing the skill sets that people used to have as a part of their growing up. People, but most people, many people today are just not on farms. They don't know anything about it. When you talk to some people, they say, where does your food come? They say in a can or in a box.
They literally don't know.
They just seriously don't know. Well, where did that come from? They don't know.
Sociologically, our kids are the furthest removed from the family farm, and they say that grocery stores in towns, that if the food supply stopped again, like it did 4 years ago, that those stores would literally run out of food in 3 days or less.
And that's a max window.
Yeah.
That's a max window. Mm-hmm. And down here we got tornado country, and we got when bad weather happens down here, it's like a mad rush to the store, and milk and bread and things like that disappear. And so we've seen where those store shelves empty out a whole lot faster.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And so
they say it can't happen, right?
Well,
in the past, we kind of felt like, it can't happen. We're so scientifically and we're evolved to a point that these things, can't happen to us. But 2020 taught us a different lesson.
Lived through a time when there was nothing, and it did happen. So they had that memory. But our kids, they've grown up with a whole life of plenty. and no concept of not having. But like I said, looking through the book, and I mean, to be able to buy this, folks, I mean, to be able to get this book, if you're wanting to homeschool, I mean, it opens up. I was flipping through there, and it opens up so much. We were talking about math just a minute ago, about how for me, algebra in school was, I had to go through it, but I really needed to be taking geometry and those type of things, because that's what I use more in my life. But she was telling me there's a way in there with algebra that kids get it. And so, I mean, that is just cool.
Well, and that was definitely when I decided to create this curriculum. I knew that I wanted it to be more than just an agricultural curriculum.
Right.
That if I wanted to reach people and families and children in a different way than we have been taught all along, which is what brought us to where we're at right now, is that I needed to teach on the whole person.
Right.
And that's why I teach on self-sufficiency, small-scale farming, math, especially applied mathematics. I teach quality of character, rural traditions. It's all in here.
That really is amazing. We got a friend I was telling you about. He was a teacher in school, and he's like, he left it because his thing was they were wanting him to teach real world stuff in a artificial environment. And there was just no way they could possibly experience that. And I think that's the same thing, the same rule there.
That's absolutely the case. And that's the same thing with when kids are learning, the kids that do have the opportunity to learn agriculture, they're learning something that doesn't apply to them.
Right.
They're learning how to calculate, chemicals for thousands of acres, and most kids that end up going into some level of farming, especially if they're just looking at being self-sufficient or feeding their community, they're never going to be using that level of farming.
So I know a lot of people who farm, and I don't know any of them who have 1,000 acres. It's all 100 or less, and it's
Hey, I'm doing it on 40, so
I got 4, so yeah. But I mean, it is, but that application to life.